What's up everybody, it's your boy Tweezy here bringing you another YouTube video. We're going to be watching a recent Hardpoint gameplay that I captured on Comeback from Advanced Warfare. And today what I want to talk about is I want to talk about the future of Call of Duty and Call of Duty eSports. Specifically, I wanted to get into Activision's decision to switch exclusivity for DLC and eSports from Microsoft and the Xbox One to Sony and the PlayStation 4. Now, to give a little bit of history, if you were watching E3 this year, you noticed there was something a little bit different about the Xbox Showcase. The newest iteration of Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, was not shown at the Microsoft conference, where it had been shown in previous years. Instead, it was shown during the Sony conference, where Sony President and Group CEO Andrew House ended up coming out and saying that, quote, PlayStation is the new home for Call of Duty. With that, they also announced that PlayStation 4 users would be getting first access to the Black Ops 3 beta in August, as well as announcing a 30-day timed DLC exclusive for PlayStation 4 users over Xbox and PC users, which is kind of weird because that's how it's been for Xbox users for the past couple of years, and everyone's kind of gotten used to it. Now, it came as a shock to a lot of people. But let's kind of look into why this decision was made. So, Treyarch, their last title was Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which was a massive success. Now, they raked in over $500 million within the first 24 hours. They ended up grossing about $1 billion within the first 15 days of the game's release. And by the end of the game's life cycle, they had sold over 24.2 million copies of the game. Not only was it a commercial success, but Black Ops also brought with it a lot of features that have become staples in Call of Duty. Let's look at them. Like, they were the first game to switch over from kill streaks to score streaks. It was the first game with a pick 10 class system. You had skill-based matchmaking and league play, which has not been equaled in any game since, even though league play has been brought back. And eSports integration with the Codcaster function, which is something that every subsequent title of Call of Duty has built off of. Now, the game even had Twitch and YouTube streaming functionality built into it. You could stream directly to Twitch and directly to YouTube from the game itself. You didn't have to have a capture card. There was a lot of really great things about Black Ops 2, and it's all of those things that make Black Ops 2 the Call of Duty game that every other Call of Duty game since has been compared to, and Black Ops 3 is going to prove to be no exception to that rule. So, many people believe that Call of Duty and Call of Duty's success is largely attributed to Microsoft and the contributions that they've made. After all, in 2007, it was Microsoft that was able to get the first exclusive multiplayer beta for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And it was Microsoft in 2010 that was able to start the first time DLC exclusive with the Resurgence Package DLC for Modern Warfare 2. And again, with Microsoft and the Xbox 360, the first $1 million tournament, Call of Duty XP, was played in 2011. So, why has Activision decided to switch over now? So let's take a look at this. While Xbox, they've been really hesitant to release their numbers. In their press releases of Xbox units sold, all that they're really saying is that they're selling more units than they used to, thanks to the 2 new price drops. But Sony is more than willing to share how much they've actually sold. As of July this past year, over 10 million PlayStation 4 units have been sold, which is a figure that is backed by the fact that PlayStation 4 has been the top-selling console since May of this year. Now, as far as Call of Duty goes, the most recent iteration of the game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, also saw more popularity on PlayStation 4 than every other console. PlayStation 4 users accounted for 4 million units sold within the first month of sales, while Xbox One users only accounted for 2.6 million users sold. And that number isn't really good when you realize that the PlayStation 3 sold 2.4 million units and the Xbox 360 sold 2.2. And the numbers don't just stop there. Activision has another large property, Destiny, which is touted as the most played PlayStation 4 game right now, with about 5 more total hours of gameplay played than the next closest game. Activision has also partnered with PlayStation 4 with Destiny and has seen a lot of success, so obviously they believe that PlayStation will continue that success with Call of Duty. But what about esports? there's a lot of people out there that believe that Microsoft is the home of Call of Duty esports, and it is Microsoft that is able to back that up with a lot of facts. It was with Microsoft and the Xbox One that MLG ended up partnering with ESPN to bring MLG X games to us. But there's not a lot of people that actually remember the history of Call of Duty. For those of you that don't, let me fill you in on a little secret. Call of Duty was originally played on the PlayStation 3. Back in 2010, the Major League Gaming debuted the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Online Pro Bracket on the PS3. Originally, actually, it was for both the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but Xbox 360 ended up losing its pro status because a lot of people were using hacked consoles, those J-hack consoles. So Xbox 360 lost their pro status. And Call of Duty remained on the PlayStation until 2012, when MLG ended up making the decision to drop Call of Duty from the circuit because Sony was not funding a lot of tournaments. Now, the next year, in 2013, MLG ended up bringing back Call of Duty with the help of Microsoft and the Xbox 360, and the game that they brought back was Black Ops 2, which went on to change the landscape of Call of Duty forever. So, at the end of it, I guess the real question is, what do I think about it? It's obvious that Sony is trying to get a lot more third-party exclusives. It's so obvious, in fact, that Phil Spencer made a comment about it at Gamescom this past year in Germany. And it makes a lot more sense for Activision to transfer exclusivity over to the PlayStation. After all, they have a larger player base currently than Xbox users. And they don't have to pay to play online, which opens the door even more. And with the larger player base that PlayStation has, it offers more support potentially for Call of Duty esports, the larger console audience. I mean, it's a pretty good idea. And if it doesn't work, Activision can at least be like, look, we tried. You know, Call of Duty esports is not going anywhere. It's just transferring to a different console. The game's not going to change. It's just the buttons in the controller that you hold that's going to change. So, all in all, I'm okay with it. Plus, it gives Microsoft more money to focus on Halo, which is a better first-person shooter in my mind, and the original console esports. But that is a topic for another video. So, guys, I just wanted to apologize that this video is coming out so late. I intended for this to come out yesterday, but it required a lot of research to make sure that my facts were right. So, if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. My name is Tweezy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.